When we think of the dawn of the modern age, one name often illuminates the rest: Thomas Edison. But history is often a simplified circuit. The inventions that built our world, the telephone, the electric light, didn't just require a single eureka moment. They required technical mastery and a profound understanding of intellectual property to make them work, and to protect them in a cutthroat industrial landscape. Enter Lewis Latimer. This self-taught genius wasn't the face of the revolution. He was its vital engineer and its strategic defender. He was the man who took Edison's brilliant idea for a light bulb and found the missing practical piece to make it accessible to the world. He was the mind that navigated the legal complex of the patent office. This is the story of Lewis Latimer, the man whose strategic intellect delivered light to the world. Our story begins not in a corporate lab, but in the challenging context of post-Civil War America. Lewis Latimer was an individual defined by persistence, widely described by historians as a self-taught genius. He didn't have formal engineering degrees, but he understood that in the Industrial Revolution, technical knowledge was the new currency. Latimer realized that to be a part of the future, he needed to understand how the future was built and documented. He began working in patent law offices where he observed the complex visual language of innovation, draftsmanship. Recognizing that every great invention needed to be precisely drawn to be patented, he set about teaching himself the intricate art of mechanical drawing, absorbing the principles of engineering with every line and curve he rendered. Latimer's emerging reputation as a master draftsman soon caught the attention of one of the era's most ambitious inventors, Alexander Graham Bell. Bell was in a frantic, history-defining race against other inventors to patent the telephone. The invention required precise, flawless documentation for the US Patent Office. Bell chose Lewis Latimer, trusting his strategic technical mind and expert drafting skills to visualize the complex theory of transmitting the human voice over a wire. Latimer successfully drafted the crucial patent drawings for Alexander Graham Bell's telephone, ensuring its vital legal status as a unique and foundational innovation. With the telephone secured, Latimer's technical strategic intellect was drawn to the biggest challenge of the era: electric lighting. Thomas Edison had already achieved global fame by 1879 for inventing a light bulb. However, Edison's bulb was not practical for the real world. It used a paper filament that burned out too quickly, making it too expensive and short-lived for widespread public use. This was the era of the current wars, where rival inventors and massive corporations fought for control of this revolutionary new utility. The industry didn't just need another innovation, it needed a practical, durable, and commercially viable solution that could bring electric light into every home and business. The battle was not just in the lab, but in the technical application of the theory, the very strategic territory where Lewis Latimer excelled. While others focused on complex theories, Lewis Latimer looked at the material science. He understood that the core of the problem, and the strategic bottleneck for the entire industry, was the filament. After intense experimentation, Latimer developed the groundbreaking innovation that unlocked the potential of electric lighting. While Edison is credited with the light bulb, it was Lewis Latimer who invented the carbon filament. This new process of carbonizing a fibrous material created a durable, robust filament that, critically, made the electric bulb practical and long-lasting for commercial use. It was the technical bridge that allowed a novelty to become a utility. Inventing the practical filament was only the first step of Latimer's strategy. In the cutthroat late 19th century, a patent wasn't just a certificate, it was a defense against litigation. Recognizing the value of intellectual property, Latimer patented his carbon filament process. But he went much further. Latimer wasn't just an inventor, he became a strategic defender of patents, actively engaged in ensuring that the innovations of the Industrial Revolution actually worked in the real world and were protected. He was famously hired by competing electric light companies to provide technical expertise in patent disputes, using his knowledge to define which innovations were unique and legally sound. His strategic brilliance and unmatched technical knowledge of lighting patents eventually made him an indispensable figure to the very man who received the public glory, Thomas Edison. Edison hired Latimer, but the relationship was not as employer and employee, it was master and master. Latimer became the only black member of the elite group known as the Edison Pioneers, a collection of Edison's earliest and most trusted technical and scientific associates. For Edison, Latimer was more than an engineer, he was a strategic asset, a key mind in the core group that built the very industry that Edison championed. The outsider from the segregated Jim Crow South had used pure intellect to secure a foundational seat at the most important table of the industrial age. Beyond his inventions and patent defense, Latimer was also an intellectual who sought to educate the new workforce needed for this electric future. He understood that the ultimate defense of progress was a public understanding of how it worked. In 1890, he published the first textbook on electric lighting, providing practical instructions for engineers and technicians on how to install and maintain the very systems he helped create. This act of publication was a strategic dissemination of knowledge, ensuring that the entire infrastructure of delivered light was robust and sustainable. So why is Lewis Latimer's story essential to Lives in Time? Because it challenges the superficial narrative of a single, lone inventor achieving victory. Latimer proved that true, enduring progress requires an unseen, complex network of technical and strategic intellect. He wasn't just a brilliant mind working in isolation, his strategic genius was interwoven into the success of Bell's telephone, Edison's light bulb, and the entire structure of industrial patent law. His home in New York, preserved as a National Historic Site, stands as a monument not to a celebrity, but to the strategic engineer who understood how to make a revolution practical and sustainable. He spent his later years mentoring and advocating for the next generation of scientists and engineers, passing on his strategic legacy. When we turn on a light today, we are using a mechanism made practical by Lewis Latimer. He wasn't the face of the revolution, but he was its indispensable architect, ensuring that the light we see and the technology we use were built with the enduring strategic brilliance that defined lives in time. For decades, Latimer's role was relegated to a footnote in the Edison myth, but historians and a new generation of explorers are reclaiming his true strategic significance. By analyzing the patent battles and technical roadblocks he navigated, we are uncovering a mastermind who ensured that the Industrial Revolution actually worked and was sustainable. He didn't just invent, he engaged with the entire complex machine of progress, lab, patent office, and court, proving that a self-taught black man could master the entire system of global innovation. Lewis Latimer's life is a profound masterclass in the importance of strategy over celebrity. His contributions were foundational yet invisible, interwoven into the success of the biggest names in history. He reminds us that true progress is a collective, technical and strategic endeavor, often led by unseen giants who focus on the how rather than the who. He demonstrated that elite technical excellence and strategic thinking are the ultimate tools for overcoming barriers, proving that an individual's intellectual prowess can build a world. If you were inspired by the hidden story of the strategic engineer who made the modern world shine, please like this video and subscribe to Lives in Time. Your support allows us to continue bringing the untold stories of history's most vital cultural and technological innovators to light. Click the notification bell so you never miss our next exploration of essential strategic history.